Welcome to the Downtown Kentucky podcast? What? No, your ears didn't deceive you, / eyes, because this isn't available anywhere as an audio podcast, especially a one-episode release like this.
Yeah.
This is our end-of-year retrospective video that I just call the Downtown Kentucky podcast, because it makes the most sense with what we've done before.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, we're gonna start off hot. We're going straight into questions. This question last year, it caught Chris real off guard. It messed him up. So let's see how he takes it this year. How was your Christmas?
Well, my Christmas was chill.
That's good.
Just kind of chilled at home with my sisters because my parents are, out of country.
Fair.
I played Switch Sports.
Okay.
For many hours.
Oh.
Because my sister got an OLED Switch for Christmas.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fancy.
And my right arm really hurts. I really think I almost threw out my shoulder yesterday. Really preparing my backswing on Switch Golf.
Yeah.
But mostly tennis and volleyball. I was like... It was very vigorous. Yeah, even doing that hurts a lot, actually.
If you weren't here last year for end of year retrospective, the reason this question, not bumbling over my words, fumbling even. I even fumbled over saying fumbling. I said bumbling. I am a bumbling idiot. And the reason this question was so caught us off guard last year was we recorded it before Christmas, and he didn't know it was coming, that I was going to ask him about Christmas, because this does come out after Christmas. But last year it was recorded before. This year it was not. We actually are recording this on Boxing Day, or the first day of Kwanzaa, or the last day of Hanukkah. It's not coming out on any of those days, but that's the day we're recording it.
Or the day after Christmas.
Yeah, or the day after Christmas. But it's technically the day after Christmas. Christmas observed if you work a government job.
Right. Also, I got my stitches out. Ooh.
Oh. Well,
now I just have a nice
you can only kind of picks up on camera. Now there's no those black stitches just popping out, really visible.
Yeah.
Well, my Christmas was good. I got a lot of fun stuff, mostly horror stuff, because I've become obsessed with horror in the last year.
Yeah, that's right.
One of them is visible in the top corner here. If you want to see it more clearly, I'll show a picture of it in the next podcast. Ooh,
I can't see it at all.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you in the next one when I talk about it again.
Okay.
I got some cool art. I also got my big gift that I was most excited about was I got the Friday the 13th Blu-ray collection.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. That's pretty. I'm real excited about that. And other than that, just had a nice, real chill Christmas. Just hung out with my immediate family, which includes my grandma because she lives with us. But yeah, just my mom, dad, my brother, my grandma, me. Chill, open presents, ate some breakfast, took a 5-hour nap, woke up to find out that my mom didn't take chicken out for dinner like she was supposed to. So me and my dad and my brother, we went to IHOP because we had nothing at home. Had some good IHOP for dinner.
Nice.
I did have my Christmas Eve traditions that I talked about last year on this. We did go to Denny's, so I went to Denny's and IHOP 2 days in a row, one of each.
Oh my gosh!
And I will say that both
breakfast gauntlet.
Yeah, they're okay. Denny's gets the nod because it's so much cheaper, and it doesn't taste so much cheaper. If that makes there might be a slight quality up on IHOP.
Yeah,
but it costs a lot more. The 3 of us cost about what it cost for the 5 of us. So yeah.
Oof.
If you want to go to one of those places and you want a decent enough breakfast, just go to Denny's. You'll save money. That's my review of Denny's versus IHOP. What you all came to the end of year Downtown Kentucky retrospective for.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's why everyone showed up.
Yeah. Before we get to the channel-centric questions, I want to just, talk about this year. So let's kind of what's some of your favorite movie, TV, or video games that you discovered this year / came out this year? Because I know, I'll be honest, I don't have anything I really want to talk about that came out this year, but there's a couple things I discovered this year that I kind of want to talk about.
Fair.
Let's go one at a time. Let's start with movies. What movies did you see for the first time this year, or that were actually new this year that you want to give a quick shout out to?
Oh man, in terms of movies, well, I think my favorite movie of all time came out this year, and that is Everything Everywhere All at Once. That is a A24 film, and it's hard to fully describe, but imagine, multiverses, but instead of being, typical superhero stuff, it's very silly and yet somehow also very, like, emotionally grounded, and incredibly touching. But also, it doesn't, like, just make you depressed. It also is really, really fun and hilarious almost all the way through.
That's cool. I really used to get around to checking that out.
Just a good movie, period.
I think that's on Showtime, which I have, so I might get around to watching it this year. Maybe. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, love that movie.
For me, I'll be honest, there are a few movies that I kind of would want to talk about, but I'll be honest, they're horror movies, so if you want to hear my thoughts on those, you're going to have to go over to the Horror Boys end of year retrospective that's coming out the same day.
Yeah, the other
go to youtube.com/@horrorboys. I really love that new tag system. I can actually tell people what our channel is now.
Yeah.
The handle system, not tag system. But yeah. But one movie that I will say that wasn't, I mean, it technically still had horror elements, but the one movie I saw this year that I enjoyed that wasn't was an MCU movie. I enjoyed Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I love the multiverse stuff they're doing, and that's about all I'm paying attention to with the MCU. If there's not a multiverse involved, I don't really care right now.
Yeah.
Have not seen half of the movies or TV shows that have come out, but hey, Loki, WandaVision, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange, I'll eat those up.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's not horror, and so, movie-wise, so that's all I got there. We'll move on to TV. Any TV shows you watched? I know you're not a big TV guy, so you might not have anything here.
TV shows. I guess, not necessarily new, but that I discovered and really got into this year was Peaky Blinders.
Okay, fair.
That show's been around for a while.
Like 2010, I think.
Yeah. And I kind of just got around to watching it this year. And, I guess I get why it has 6 seasons.
Yeah.
It's a really good show with really top-notch acting, really solid acting. Kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat. Very much like a Breaking Bad situation where the main character, gets ahead of the game and just doesn't know when to stop. Like, I gotta see what happens next. What crazy thing will they get into? I think that is about it.
It's fair. Speaking for me, TV, I'll give a real quick shout out once again. It's more horror. I actually don't think I had a spot for horror TV shows, so I will talk about it a little bit here. The Chucky TV show is amazing. Season 2 has come out this year. I haven't finished it. I'll be honest. I got behind because my dad got really busy over Christmas, and we watched together. But the Chucky TV show, it's got 2 seasons. It's great. It's a great continuation of Don Mancini's vision for the movies. That's great. But I also have a show that I want to talk about real quick that is also not that... I mean, fair, it's still on the air, so I guess it is relevant. But I discovered Survivor for the first time this year.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So unlike Chris, who's talking about a show from, I think, 2010 or 12, somewhere in that range, I'm talking about a show from 2000 is the seasons I've watched. 2000 and 2001, I believe. Because I just finished season 2 last night of Survivor. The show is amazing. I love Survivor. I get why it has 44 seasons, and I get why anyone who cares about Survivor is going to hear me talk about Survivor, and they're like, why are you talking about seasons 1 and 2 at this point? And that's fair, because if you care, you already care. But if you're like someone who kind of likes the idea of like a reality game show and haven't got around to Survivor, like putting it off, not caring for years like I had, give it a try. It's genuinely a great time. Um, Roger was robbed in season 2. I'll say it. I'll say what we're all thinking. That man was a lovable man, and I love him. And he should have won. But that gosh darn Oga Core Alliance, I can't believe it. I like Tina too, though. She deserved it. This is all for those people who love Survivor season 2.
Probably did when I watched it as a kid growing up,
Yeah.
and I couldn't tell you anything about it now.
It's great. Roger was amazing. I miss Roger. I want Roger, more Roger, but that was the only season he was on, and I'm very sad. But yeah, that's TV. That's my TV is Chucky and Survivor. That's my television intake for the year.
I did watch some animes as well, but that's
Want to give a quick shout out to one of them? Hey, it's
too
all
many
about...
of those.
Hey, tell me your favorite anime you watched this year.
My favorite that I watched this year.
Yeah, you can even do one you rewatched. I don't care.
I guess Chainsaw Man.
That's the guy. I've heard of that one. That's got a cool chainsaw on his head, right? Or is that a different pot? Is that a different anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Yeah. I've
He's
seen
got
pictures.
a chainsaw for a head and also hands.
Oh.
He's got a yeah. The anime starts off in this kid who's like super in debt to the Yakuza, who don't exist. Please don't come after us.
Oh no, they definitely exist. They killed Pride FC. Oh, I also got into MMA, but only like old MMA.
Yeah.
I'm up to UFC like 5. I'm getting there, guys. Don't worry. I'll get up to 241 or whatever in 4 years.
And of course, it's an anime, so there is demons that exist in this world, and there's this little demon dog that has a chainsaw on its face.
Okay.
And its name is Pachita. It's very cute.
Sounds
it's very sad that it's only there for like the first episode. And they fuse and become the Chainsaw Man at some point. And then they fight a whole bunch of other demons. And it's pretty wild.
Okay.
Very funny. Very funny and also very visually stunning.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, I don't have an anime, any new anime. My thing I forgot to bring up was MMA. I've gotten into like watching MMA YouTube videos and watching like really old MMA back when it was super crazy.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm gonna start watching Pride. I want to watch old Pride fights. I want to watch Bob Sapp powerbomb people back when he cared. But yeah, one last thing in this little category, as I hinted at, video games. I'll be honest, I don't think I played many new video games this year, personally. I mean, I liked watching The Quarry. It was a fun movie. It was a good movie. I think we played it this year. It might have been last year, but first time I ever saw, which might have been came out a year or two ago, but the one about love.
It Takes Two?
Takes Two. That was a beautiful game. I think we played that this year.
Yeah, it might have been earlier this year.
And then also, lastly, for me, one that definitely gonna bring up is obviously not a new game, but one I discovered this year. Yeah. Dying Light is amazing. I love Dying Light now.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah.
What video games do you want to talk about this year? You're a little more, playing current games at times, so
of a gamer.
Yeah. Well, how dare you? Oh, wait, sorry. There's also one other game I definitely want to talk about. One game I got obsessed with. The game that led to the last thing I just talked about before we moved into video games. UFC 4 from 2020. That game made me fall in love with MMA. I was like, oh, this game's really fun. I should start caring about MMA. Not in love. I'm not in love with MMA. I don't want MMA fans to come at me and expect me to really care, because I don't care that much. But I enjoy MMA because of UFC 4.
Let's see. Yeah, It Takes Two was definitely a sick experience. I think that did come out in 2021, but we didn't play till this year.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. And of course, I'm a Pokemon guy, so I've for the past month and a half been playing Pokemon Violet into the ground, as I am off to do with any game that I like to any degree.
He does.
That and I rediscovered how much I love Dying Light along with Austin. We've been playing that on stream. Uh, and if you haven't seen that or don't know what it is, tune into our stream. You
Or
don't
if you
get
want
to
to watch
see
the
the.
back catalog, it's all here on YouTube where this video is at.
It's true. It's true. Um, but yeah, please watch those videos because they are a load of fun to play. Hopefully, they are half as fun to watch as it is playing the game. And I also got back into playing Dying Light 2 because of that, because I didn't want to, you know, play Dying Light off stream and get too far ahead of the game. Uh, but yeah,
Fair.
zombie parkour.
Yeah.
Great combination. Who would have thought?
We have one last question before we move on to very much specifically downtown Kentucky questions. That's media we're looking forward to next year, whether that be movies, TV, video games that are coming out next year that you're excited for.
Oh, yeah. Uh, it's a tough one. I think there's a lot of animes that are getting season twos that I am looking forward to coming out next year.
It's fair.
Or the next seasons of I think there's a video game that I can't remember off the top of my head that's supposed to come out next year that I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely getting that.
Pokemon with guns that you showed me. Obviously, that's what you're looking forward
That does look hilarious and really dumb,
to. Yeah.
but really hilarious. Shoot, yeah, I can't think of much
It's fair.
at the moment.
I don't have a lot. I did see that Chucky season 3 has been they've been confirmed for season 3. I'll need to finish season 2 so I can watch season 3. But I love the Chucky show, as I already said. Movies. I mean, I'll go a little maybe more in depth into them later. Maybe not though for a question like this. But Maxine is coming out. I loved X this year. So Maxine, the third movie in the trilogy, still need to see Pearl. But when Maxine's coming out next year, as well as Scream 6, are two movies that are coming out next year that I definitely will have to see.
Yeah.
Non-horror, because this isn't the horror podcast. I have a guilty desire to see the Mario movie. I gotta see how bad it is. I expect to crap on it while I watch it, but I gotta see it.
Yeah.
Video games, not really. I don't ever really get excited about video games. Actually, that's not true. Their AEW, my favorite wrestling company, is having their first game next year, Fight Forever. I'm really excited about that coming out. I look forward to being able to play that. And then TV, like I already said, Chucky season 3, and also Survivor season 44. The first season I'll get to probably watch with people, while it's happening, which will be really cool. To be part of that internet discourse, maybe,
Yeah, it's an experience.
But yeah, that's it. It's basically my continuations of things I talked about already. Or Chucky, Survivor, video games, not really. Movies, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, now it's time for the Downtown Kentucky questions. This is the retrospective side of what we did this year. Whoa, Chris, what was your favorite stream of the year?
Oh, favorite stream of the year.
Can you need me to go first? I can, because I have had a little more time to prep because I prepped the questions and didn't tell you about them at all.
Fair. Yeah, go for it.
All right, it's a little bit of a tie. I don't want to pick one, so I don't know which one to go with. First would be the anniversary stream last year. Was really fun. We got to have a lot of friends involved, and that was a really cool experience. I do sadly think that, one, I haven't uploaded any of it, but part of why I never got around to uploading it to YouTube was because the audio wasn't mixed very well on my part going into it, which means it's watchable, but I don't know if I'd ever put it out publicly. I might someday upload it as a hidden VOD for people who really want to find it in our hidden VODs, playlist. But yeah, so that's one that was definitely really fun to be there. I sadly don't think it is going to hold up that well to watch. But then the other one that I do think was recorded properly and is out there, our Halloween stream. Our specialty streams are normally the ones that are more fun because they're specialty.
Yeah.
But yeah, being able to, excuse me, that was really fun. Finishing FIFO's night, starting Pumpkin Jack. Those were two games that were both really fun. I thought Pumpkin Jack was a really funny stream from us, which is always the goal. But I thought that led to a
Yeah.
lot of like fun voices. Which hey, you might hate the fun voice bit things we do, but those are the episodes I enjoy doing. So those are my top two.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on the Halloween stream. Genuinely just think that was a really enjoyable stream. I think we were pretty funny, and I think most of what that was due to was like the game
Yeah,
that we got to kind of play off of, and like you said, do some silly voices and kind of make jokes in character about you know what was going on.
yeah.
Um, so it was fun. Yeah, they had a really good time with it, and I thought that was it was pretty funny content that we made there. I don't
That's
know,
pretty
toot our own
good.
horn, but I'm gonna toot our own
Yeah,
horn.
do it, toot it.
Toot toot.
Yeah. Speaking of tooting our own horn, because that's really most of what this is now.
Oh,
More favorites. What's your favorite episode of Movie Club from this year?
my favorite episode of Movie Club, I think. Oh no, that's the other channel.
No, we can't talk
Darn it.
about horror. That's horrible commentary. If you don't
Uh,
talk about that.
I think it's got to be the Luck of the Irish.
Ooh, that was a good one.
I love that movie, uh, and I think we were pretty funny while recording that content as well. Uh,
Uh,
but also, I just genuinely enjoyed watching that movie all the way through and getting to see your reaction to everything happening for the first time.
it's fair. Well, I probably had seen it years ago, but I had no memory of it.
Yeah.
That was a great one. I'm trying to think of other ones that I really liked. I'll give a couple shout outs. I think the first like two Xenon ones were funny. The third movie was almost unwatchable, so it wasn't a funny episode. I don't think.
Stop disease.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to think of what else. This was the year of DComs. Well, year start of the year plus DComs. So it was all DComs. I do believe this one did come out this year though. And that's one I'm gonna go with for sure. High School Musical. I think that was some of our. That might be, in my opinion, our funniest episode we did.
Yeah.
I loved the High School Musical episode. I loved our whole talk about the sport of hockey. I believe was the bit.
And feeling
Uh,
like we're in kindergarten.
yeah, kindergarten. We're gonna make that T-shirt line someday.
One day.
It's gonna be dope. Right there next to beside you, me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely those. Those are some great picks for favorite not decom. Well, favorite. I mean,
That's basically what this
it
was.
really is.
Yeah.
So I guess shout out to Johnny Tsunami and Twas the Night. Those are also just fun movies. I don't remember if the episodes were good, but those are fun movies. So that's typically the rule for Movie Club. If the movie's fun, normally the episode's fun.
Yeah.
Unless it's just too good, like last year's what was it? The one that everyone hated, Home Sweet Home Alone. I just kept going like this. I enjoy this. I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to crap on this, and I'm just enjoying myself. And that's that whole episode.
Whoopsies.
This is good. Why is this good? This is supposed to be bad. Everyone hates this. Why am I liking this? But that was last year, so we can't talk about it anymore. Moving on.
Nope.
Favorite series. So series of videos we produced.
Like the video games that we streamed?
Pretty much, yeah. Like whatever, like a series. It could be. I mean, it could be something else. It could be, like I guess it could be. I don't know what else it could be. Movie Club. Your answer could be Movie Club. I guess that is a series we produce.
No.
That's fair.
uh, I'd say I think I enjoyed overall It Takes Two the most.
That's fair. That was a good one.
Gameplay wise, and man, I really hope this was this year, not last year. But I think just like the content and the game itself, and how like we were in our energy that we brought to the game while we played it was probably like some of the best that it's been. Because while there are other games that I have enjoyed playing a lot, I don't know if we have been as consistently like funny all the way through playing them as we
Fair.
have with It Takes Two. Although I will say that, which makes sense, uh, what is it? The Get A Way
A
Out
Way Out.
is, showing signs of being promising in terms of like us being funny throughout the
It's
content.
true. Ratman forever.
As much as, it is almost not a video game
Yeah.
at points. Yeah. Uh,
Um, to be different, because I do both think those are both great series we've done. Once I'll give a shout out to is it's two, and there's part of a reason why I think they're both up there. Is it's not just us. I think our Sky Factory 4 with CJ
mm,
was great, as well as I think the Untitled D&D show with him DMing us is amazing. I love that.
yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
I love CJ. I wish he didn't have a full time job and could stream with us every time we streamed.
Yeah, I'll be
Um,
honest, I kind of forgot that we did that, and I do miss doing it
yeah,
because
we'll
it's
come
been a
back.
little bit since we recorded.
The plan is to come back in the new year with the Untitled D&D show. Don't you worry, it's coming back. Um, I'm sure after season 1 we'll probably take a break and go back to like some Minecraft or something with him to give him a break. But I
Yeah,
don't know about. But first we have to finish, like the Curse of Strahd at the very least.
we do have to do that, yes.
But
But
yeah,
that has
so
been a blast.
that's I love whenever CJ's around. Here's the thing: I don't think we made good content, but I still enjoyed myself when we played all the Magic with him. I'm just not gonna even give that a shout out as good because I think I stopped caring too quickly, so it stopped being good content.
Fair.
uh, but yeah, and then our last of these questions, like the favorite, like your favorite question is, it's an annual tradition and it still can be done this year because boy did we still have them. Favorite failed series. There's really only like two I feel like, but and I'll give a shout out to both of them because I think both had their merit. Well, I guess there was three, but I'll give the shout out to the two I think were definitely is the podcast. I genuinely don't think the podcast ever was bad. I think it got hard to make because some weeks there weren't news, and we were trying to be like a silly news podcast primarily, and some weeks you just don't have as much, or it's all political or pandemic related, and we tried not to cover those because they're divisive issues, and I don't want to
Yeah,
get into that. So I do miss the podcast, but also am happy to have one more free day a week.
yeah.
But
Most
yeah, that
definitely.
one, as well as there's a complete reason why it stopped working, but I do think there was an element of it probably being a really funny to watch me suffer. I'll give a shout out to specifically the throwback gameplay in Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie.
It only made it like 2.5 episodes, but it broke me, and I'm sure that was funny to watch me in pain.
I
I
did
guess you could
enjoy
also
it,
call
yeah.
throwback gameplay in general a failed series at this point because we've moved on from it for the time being at least. We'll be
Yeah.
back because it's just a general idea. Uh, but yeah.
Uh, yeah. I suppose. Huh. Yeah, that's a tough one.
You got those
Uh,
two. I guess you could also say All the Magic with CJ is also a failed series. Uh,
I guess, yeah.
I
We
mean,
did. We
and
did drop.
the reason why it's definitely, I would say, is eligible for being a failed series is because the last episode is one of two streams we've ever done where I have a mental breakdown in the middle of a stream. And I think that
True.
qualifies as being a failed series if I'm literally just walking around complaining about my life in a video.
Sorry, and for that reason, it won't be one of my favorites because I don't
Fair.
enjoy seeing you have mental breakdowns on stream.
Oh, well,
To be honest.
it's an annual tradition at this point. It happened 2021 with I
Oh,
don't
I'm
remember.
sure
It was
there'll
all the
be a
mods.
video game that
You
we
know what
hate.
it is I just can't play anything all the something because it was all the mods that broke me the first year.
It's just too much.
It's all the
too much,
something.
all
It's
of
too
the
much with
things.
no like direction. Like if I were
No
to
real.
explain it in like a not breaking down moment, it's just there's too much without direction. I need like more direction for a series.
Yeah.
But
Uh, yeah, I guess I would say the podcast. It was fun recording it. Although I am definitely glad uh to have that extra day free at this point. But it was fun, and there's stuff that I enjoyed getting to talk about with you and review
yeah,
basically every week.
I agree. All right, now it's time for our last two kind of more next year centric questions for the
Ooh,
channel specifically. What's an achievable goal or goals you have for next year for this channel?
achievable goals.
Yeah.
I guess just like a regular viewership, or like not even to have like a whole bunch of people, because I'm aware of the crazy stats on Twitch where there's like 1% that have more than like 100 viewers, uh, and everyone else is like working with five or less. But to have like those
Top
five,
five.
to be honest, yeah, just have like two or three people, honestly, who really enjoy watching our streams and our other like YouTube content that we make, um, and to be able to have that like discourse with viewers, would be awesome. Um, I know that's a lot because people have lives,
Yeah.
and we've had those
We
like one view.
we have probably five or so people who are awesome. They're busy, and that's fair. I don't
Yeah,
fault them at all.
I understand. Uh,
For
that
me, I do agree with
yeah,
that. That's great. But something I won't say for that because I don't want to say the same thing. That's boring.
sure.
Is I have two. One is very much a me thing, which may fall into maybe dreams because mental illness is fun. One thing I would love to do is some sort of short form content to try to help the YouTube channel grow. Probably would be more me centric just because I don't currently have a job and Chris does. So I have more time there. At the very least, yeah, but that's not the point. The point is something like that, so to help grow the channel a little bit. I don't know exactly what that would even entail right now, besides like just editing down VODs, which I don't have the mental capacity to do that. So I don't know what that would be exactly. So that's kind of a weird, maybe-ish a goal. But something I think definitely could happen this year is I would love to collaborate with someone. I don't know who that is. Maybe it's another very small channel like us. Just, find that, random channel when you're flipping through YouTube where you go, hey, this person has a cool energy and doesn't seem like a horrible person.
That
And,
is a very important
it
quality to
is.
have. Yes.
But yeah, I'd love to collaborate in some capacity with someone.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah. Dreams for next year. This doesn't have to be achievable. This is just something you would want to happen for next year.
Oh, uh, man, I don't know. I mean, of course, large scale growth would be dope. Um, but also, I don't know that will happen.
It's dreams, Chris.
Of
It's
course,
not what you want to
but it
happen.
is a dream. It
It's
is
not
a
what you
dream.
expect to happen. It's what you want to happen, Chris.
Um, Aside from that, getting to, yeah, I don't know. I was dreams it would be having a very large audience and being able to have that constant discourse with a stream, and being able to make whatever sort of content we want, and having the resources available to do so, I guess.
It's fair.
Uh, or maybe doing a really cool collab, with a,
Oh.
crazy
Well,
content creator. I
who's your
don't know.
dream collab, Chris? Name someone. Do
Dream
it.
collab for the channel,
Yeah.
would be Moist Critical.
I don't feel like our energies and channels mesh at all. But all right.
He does some crazy content every once in a
All
while, and I
right.
feel like just being on one of the streams for you know to
Sure.
do something wacky would be the fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna, harsh your mellow. I mean, it's a dream, but I don't even see how,
Yeah,
like, that would ever be pitched in any way that would make any sense because we don't make content that's similar.
that's fair. I've seen him make Thanksgiving dinners with rappers, so
You know what?
he's a flexible
So
guy.
Chris's dream is to start his rap career this year so he can become
Yeah,
on Moist Critical's video.
I want to be on one of his cooking videos.
Yeah. Apparently.
Word.
My dream, I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious to me at least, and it's also very simple in its definition. I would like to be a partner this year. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Twitch partnership.
fair.
I mean, we're not close, so I'm not like
No.
hopeful for it, but it'd be cool. It's possible. Everything's possible. I mean, it's been a year and a half, and we became affiliates just over a year after we started. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely nothing to sneeze at.
Also, YouTube monetization. That's nothing too crazy. It's still nothing. It's something out of our current, achievable goals.
Reach.
But like, I'm not asking for YouTube to be my job. I mean, I guess if it's a dream, that would be like YouTube/Twitch being my job. But like, a
Right.
slightly more achievable dream still though is that we make any money off of YouTube because we don't right now at all, and we can't. We're not close to being eligible. So I guess that would be that consistent viewership and all that. My dream collab. I'm trying to think. There was some that I definitely would have said previous years that now I feel like I can't because the behind the scenes of the companies apparently suck. So I'm not gonna bring up Rooster Teeth at all and Funhouse. What? Moving on from them. But yeah, I guess dream collabs. I know I threw it at you and expected you to have an answer, but now I'm realizing I don't have an answer.
That's a tough one.
I mean, I don't have an answer for this channel. I have a couple answers for what I want for like Horror Boys, but I'm not gonna say that here. I might say that on a different video we might be releasing the same day. But yeah, I don't have any answers. I'm sorry for dream collabs. A lot of my dream collabs don't exist anymore. But yeah, sour note. Just adding. I guess nothing. I don't have any collab dreams.
All right.
And just so I have an answer, I need to have an answer. I want to have
Markiplier.
Mr. Beast. I would like to be in a Mr. Beast video.
Where he gives us $100,000.
No, it doesn't even have to. I just want to be able to have my name in his what's the word, like the YouTube video description, because that'll probably still double our channel, just that, and because that's the tiny amount of people who actually would go into the YouTube description.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I guess that's it though. That's the podcast. We've talked about our dreams, talked about our goals, talked about our favorites of the year. I look forward to this year. We're gonna keep giving you the same content we've been giving you. Yeah.
Ooh.
Tune in on all those days of the week when things come out. Every other Friday for. Excuse me.
Untitled D&D.
No, that comes out on Saturdays on YouTube. And this is only on YouTube. So Saturdays for Untitled D&D. Movie club commentaries on Fridays. Whatever we produce on Tuesdays, currently it's Dying Light, comes out on Wednesdays. And then, our Thursday streams, which is currently a way out, comes out either Friday or Tuesday. It depends on the week. So, yeah. But yeah, so keep tuning into all that cool stuff, and we'll keep making you cool stuff. Maybe we'll make you some new series next year, maybe some short form content, maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. I'm barely know what I'm doing here. But I've been Austin, joined by Chris on this year's end of year retrospective Downtown Kentucky podcast special edition, or whatever it's called on YouTube.
Very long title.
Yeah. Bye everybody. Happy New Year.
Bye bye. Happy New Year.